You are standing in the produce aisle choosing between two piles of onions. One is labeled shallots, the other is labeled red onions. At first glance, the choice barely seems worth thinking about. They are both onions. They are both purple. They look close enough that you assume they belong to the same category, and that the real difference is mostly size. But the kitchen does not treat them that way. Chefs reach for them differently. One slips quietly into sauces and dressings, while the other shows up where its sharpness can be clearly felt. So, what is the real difference between them, and why are shallots often more expensive? By the end of this video, you will have the answer, along with a simple 5-second rule for choosing the right onion for your dish. Let's get into it right here on Secrets of Simple Things. They look similar, but they grow differently. The difference begins earlier than flavor. It begins underground. Shallots and red onions both belong to the allium family, the same group that includes garlic, leeks, and chives. That connection explains why they feel related the moment you cut into them. But related is not the same as identical. They are closer to relatives than twins, and the first real clue is how they grow. A red onion forms as one main bulb, round, solid, and built from thick layers wrapped tightly together. A shallot grows more like garlic. Instead of becoming one large bulb, it divides into a cluster of smaller ones. That is why planting a single shallot can produce several compact bulbs rather than one full onion. This is not just botanical trivia. It helps explain why their structures feel different in the hand, why their layers are finer, why the amount of usable flesh changes from bulb to bulb, and why they behave differently once heat enters the picture. In other words, the contrast in the kitchen does not begin in the pan. It begins in the way each one was built in the soil. Sometimes the biggest difference in cooking starts in the ground, and once you cut into them, that quiet botanical difference turns into something much easier to notice: flavor. One wants to be noticed, the other wants to blend in beautifully. The first clear difference appears the moment flavor has to stand on its own. Red onion is stronger, sharper, and more immediate, especially when it is raw. You bite into it and know at once that it has arrived. It does not sit quietly in the background. It brings a bright onion note that can cut through richness, fat, and sweetness, which is why it works so well in burgers, tacos, salads, and fresh salsa. In those dishes, being noticed is part of the job. Shallot moves differently. Its flavor is gentler, a little sweeter, and less aggressive at the edges. Sometimes people describe it as carrying a faint hint of garlic woven into the onion flavor. It can still be clearly onion-like, but it usually feels smoother, softer, and more restrained. Instead of pushing its way to the front, it deepens what is already there. It adds complexity without demanding attention. That does not mean one is better and the other is worse. It means they are useful in different ways. Red onion feels like a clear voice in a conversation, easy to pick out the moment it speaks. Shallot feels more like the atmosphere in the room, less obvious but able to change the experience once you notice it. But flavor on a cutting board is only part of the story. Heat reveals their personalities even more clearly. What heat reveals about each one. When red onion cooks, it softens and sweetens, but it still keeps much of its identity. Even after being sautéed, roasted, or cooked down for a while, it usually remains a visible and noticeable part of the dish. Its layers loosen, its sharp edges relax, and its sugars begin to come forward, yet it still feels like an ingredient with shape, texture, and a voice of its own. Caramelize it long enough, and it can become rich and jammy, but even then it still tastes distinctly like onion. Shallot behaves in a quieter way. Because its structure is finer and its layers are thinner, heat breaks it down faster. In oil, butter, or the base of a sauce, it softens quickly and seems to melt into everything around it. Rather than standing apart, it becomes part of the flavor foundation itself. You may stop seeing it clearly, but you keep tasting what it did. That is why shallots appear so often in pan sauces, vinaigrettes built on a warm base, and French dishes that depend on balance more than boldness. Heat is not creating a new difference. It is simply revealing what was already there from the start. And if cooking already separates them, Eating them raw makes that difference even harder to ignore. Raw, the gap feels even bigger. Without heat to soften anything, the difference becomes even clearer. Raw red onion can be pungent, biting, and sometimes harsh enough that people try to tame it before serving. That is why it is often rinsed in cold water, soaked briefly in vinegar, or quick pickled before it lands on a salad, in ceviche, or on top of a sandwich. Those steps are not always about fixing a flaw. In many dishes, that bright sharpness is exactly the point. It adds contrast, cuts through richness, and gives the food a clean edge that lingers after each bite. Raw shallot creates a different effect. It is usually lighter, easier to control, and less likely to overpower everything around it. Finely minced into a dressing or stirred into a sauce, it adds depth without taking over the whole stage. That is why classic vinaigrettes so often prefer shallot. It is not tradition for tradition's sake. It is about control. Shallot lets the rest of the dish stay in balance while still gaining flavor and subtlety. So if shallots are smaller, gentler, and used more selectively, why are they often the more expensive choice? The price difference starts in the field. Part of the answer is simple. A shallot gives you less flesh per bulb. But the bigger reason is agricultural. Red onions grow as large single bulbs, which makes them easier to size, harvest, pack, and move at scale. Shallots grow in clusters, remain smaller, and tend to require more handling for less total volume. That changes efficiency long before they ever reach the store. So the higher price is not just a matter of prestige or the illusion that shallots are somehow fancier. Much of it comes from how they grow, how they are harvested, and how much less efficient they are to produce in large quantities. What looks like a small price difference on the shelf often begins as a practical difference out in the field, and that same physical delicacy shows up again later, quietly, in how long each one lasts in your kitchen. One stays around longer, the other is better used with intention. This difference follows them home, into the way they live in an ordinary kitchen. Red onions usually keep longer when they are stored somewhere cool, dry, and well ventilated. Their larger bulbs and sturdier structure make them feel like dependable pantry residents, the kind of ingredient you can keep around and reach for whenever a meal needs something sharp, sweet, or familiar. Shallots are more delicate. Because they are smaller and their skins are thinner, they can dry out, shrink, or begin sprouting sooner if they sit too long. That makes them feel less like a default ingredient and more like something you buy with a purpose in mind. At the same time, that same small size makes them easier to peel, faster to prep, and especially useful when a dish needs a quick, precise base of flavor. By this point, the difference is no longer just about taste. It also explains why we shop for them differently, store them differently, and reach for them in different moments. Which finally brings us to the practical question most people care about. Can you swap them or not? The 5-second rule, how to choose the right one. Fast. The honest answer is yes, you can swap them, but you are not making a neutral substitution. You are changing the role the onion plays in the dish. Use red onion in place of shallot, and the result will usually taste sharper, louder, and less soft around the edges. Use shallot in place of red onion, and the dish may become gentler, but it can also lose some of the bite, crunch, and clear onion presence that was supposed to stand out. So the 5-second rule is simple. If you want the onion to be noticed, choose red onion. If you want the onion to melt into the flavor, choose shallot. That is the difference worth remembering. They are not just two purple onions in different sizes. They are two ingredients built for two different kinds of work. Not better or worse, just built for different roles. Shallots and red onions are not rivals fighting for the same place in the kitchen. One is bolder, sharper, and easier to notice. The other is softer, smoother, and better at deepening a dish without stepping fully into the light. They look similar enough that it is easy to treat them as interchangeable and move on. But once you understand how they grow, how they taste, and how they behave, that assumption starts to fall apart. Each one brings a different kind of presence to food. And sometimes, noticing a small difference like that is what turns cooking from guesswork into intention. The next time you see shallots and red onions side by side, you will not just see two purple onions, you will see two different jobs. And now I'm curious, which one do you reach for more often in your kitchen, shallots or red onions? Let me know in the comments. If you've been enjoying these quiet little discoveries, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 100,000, and it would mean a lot to have you with us.